When Cristiano Ronaldo was 19 years old, he was a raw, rising talent at Manchester United, still fighting to build his footprint. Today, at 19, Lamine Yamal has already completely disrupted Ronaldo's international legacy while forcing Barcelona into a multi-hundred million euro financial standoff. If you think Ronaldo's obsession with record books is just about goals, you're reading the wrong ledger. Ronaldo built a multi-decade commercial monopoly based on generational longevity. Yamal isn't just playing elite football, he is completing the game's highest commercial and tactical tiers before his career is even halfway built. He became the exact economic disruption Cristiano Ronaldo fears most. Here is how a 19-year-old broke modern football finance. Welcome to NetSpend SE. If you want to understand the hidden financial engines behind modern football, hit that subscribe button to keep your balance sheet clean. To understand why Yamal represents an existential threat to the old guard of modern sports marketing, you have to look at the historical velocity of brand building. When Cristiano Ronaldo emerged, his valuation was built on incremental, multi-year compounding. First came the development phase at Sporting and early United, then the elite scoring efficiency, and finally the colossal commercial machine at Real Madrid. His entire career model proved that ultimate market power requires absolute longevity. Lamine Yamal completely inverted that economic blueprint. At 19, Yamal has already achieved what took historical icons over a decade to secure: major international silverware, top-tier global sponsorship exclusivity, and game-changing tactical dominance. He skipped the development phase of football economics entirely. But while this rapid ascent makes him a marketing miracle, it creates an absolute financial nightmare inside the dressing room. This is where we avoid the dry corporate numbers and look at how pure money alters human dynamics on the pitch. Because Yamal's market value exploded to astronomical heights at just 19, Barcelona is locked in a terrifying wage structure standoff. When a teenager becomes the undisputed, irreplaceable centerpiece of your entire sporting project, you cannot pay him like an academy product. You have to hand him a superstar contract with a massive billion-euro release clause just to ward off oil states' sovereign wealth funds. And that triggers an explosive domino effect across the squad. Senior world-class players like Robert Lewandowski or Rafinha look at the ledger and realize the club's strict La Liga salary cap can no longer accommodate everyone. Every single euro dedicated to securing Yamal's future forces the club to freeze, reduce, or reconsider the contract offers of established veterans. The financial data isn't just sitting on an accountant's desk, it instantly changes passing lanes, dressing room hierarchies, and team chemistry. Senior stars are forced to accept reduced financial status to accommodate a 19-year-old who now dictates the club's entire economic roadmap. And this dressing room standoff creates a much larger systemic disaster. Because to fund a 19-year-old prodigy's unprecedented contract without crashing into financial regulations, Barcelona is about to be forced into a brutal asset liquidation event that changes European football forever. When Cristiano Ronaldo built his legacy, he dominated the global commercial landscape because he held a total monopoly over high-end endorsements. For nearly 2 decades, major corporations allocated their multi-million euro marketing budgets to a small elite group of veteran superstars. Yamal has completely shattered that corporate monopoly at 19. Major global brands aren't just adding Yamal to their athlete rosters, they are actively reallocating capital away from aging legends to capture Yamal's hyper-engaged youth audience. This creates a severe phenomenon known as brand cannibalization. When a 19-year-old monopolizes the top commercial slots, the market value of established veterans drops in real time. Sponsorship deals that previously padded the total earning power of senior stars are now migrating directly to Yamal's portfolio, and this commercial shift spills over into team dynamics. A veteran star who loses his primary endorsement revenue is far less likely to accept a pay cut or a bench role at his club. The commercial pressure amplifies the tension on the pitch, forcing senior players to fight not just for match minutes, but for their remaining commercial relevance. Which brings us to the ultimate structural crisis facing the club's board. To understand why Barcelona's treasury is reaching a breaking point, you have to look at how La Liga's strict financial fair play regulations operate. You cannot simply print money or rely on external cash injections to fund a generational contract extension. To lock down Yamal on a long-term, superstar wage structure while staying compliant with strict spending limits, Barcelona is forced into the asset liquidation cascade. This means the club cannot afford to hold onto high-earning, valuable secondary assets. Core, world-class squad members who would otherwise form the bedrock of a championship-winning team have to be actively shopped across Europe to free up wage margin and generate immediate transfer profit. Instead of building a deep, resilient squad around a young star, the financial burden of securing that single star forces the club to hollow out its own roster depth. Yamal's soaring market value isn't just elevating his personal status, it is systematically forcing his own teammates out of the club to balance the books. And this forced liquidation cycle triggers the exact nightmare Cristiano Ronaldo spent his entire career trying to prevent. Because when a 19-year-old completely rewrites the rules of football economics, it destroys the foundational myth that made Ronaldo the most marketable athlete on the planet. To fully understand why Cristiano Ronaldo's commercial inner circle is monitoring Barcelona's situation, you have to look at how modern football legacies are monetized. Cristiano Ronaldo built the definitive template for modern sports stardom. His brand valuation was constructed on an unprecedented, two-decade cycle of extreme physical optimization, unmatched goal-scoring consistency, and relentless individual marketing. He convinced the global sports market that true billion-dollar brand status could only be unlocked after 15 years of continuous top-tier dominance. Lamine Yamal just completely invalidated that entire generational thesis at 19. By achieving global superstardom, tactical indispensability, and peak market value before his career has even reached its natural midpoint, Yamal proves that the next era of sports marketing won't wait for longevity. Modern audience attention spans are hyper-accelerated. The digital football economy demands instant generational icons, and Yamal is fulfilling that demand in real time. This is Cristiano Ronaldo's ultimate fear realized. It isn't just about someone breaking his goal-scoring records or winning more European trophies. It is about a 19-year-old proving that the multi-decade CR7 brand model is officially obsolete. The era of building a brand through 20 years of gradual grinding dominance has been replaced by immediate, explosive market takeover. When a club decides to stake its entire corporate and sporting identity on a single 19-year-old superstar, they enter a volatile high-stakes territory known as single-asset reliance. Look at what happened historically when clubs over-leveraged themselves on individual prodigies. The moment an irreplaceable asset suffers an unavoidable dip in physical form, a tactical mismatch, or a major injury setback, the entire financial structure built around them begins to fracture. Barcelona is taking the ultimate private equity gamble. They are allocating a massive percentage of their available La Liga spending limit to secure Yamal's future, betting that his individual commercial draw will generate enough external revenue to cover the hollowed-out roster. If Yamal sustains his current trajectory, it is a masterstroke that keeps Barcelona relevant in the elite corporate tier of European football. But if the physical load of playing maximum minutes at 19 catches up to him, Barcelona won't just face a sporting collapse. They will trigger a massive structural liquidity crisis that makes their previous financial levers look like pocket change. The final balance sheet verdict is undeniable. Lamine Yamal didn't just break onto the world football stage. He completely disrupted the traditional rules of player valuation, squad building, and athlete commercialization. He forced Barcelona into a high-risk financial standoff where senior stars are sacrificed to protect a single 19-year-old cornerstone. In doing so, he showed the global sports market that the era of waiting 2 decades to build a commercial empire is officially over. Yamal didn't just evolve the game on the pitch, he single-handedly forced football's old guard to confront their own economic mortality. What is your analysis? Is Barcelona making a masterstroke by putting all their financial eggs in Yamal's basket, or are they setting themselves up for another catastrophic balance sheet collapse? Drop your financial breakdown in the comments section below. This is Net Spend FC. Hit that subscribe button to keep your balance sheet clean, and we will see you on the next ledger audit.